Hi everyone, welcome back to part 5 of the Book One Cozies Club chapter by chapter for Christmas Cowbells, the first book in the Buttermilk Creek Mystery series by Mollie Cox Bryan. I'm Di, and this is my audio-only reading vlog for this book. Today I will be reading chapters 25 through 30 and sharing my thoughts with you along the way. Due to the nature of this reading vlog, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read these chapters yet, I suggest that you not listen to this recording until you do. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Book One Cozies Club series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have finished. So yesterday I was very happy with the momentum I was building with this story. It was something that I felt was lacking for me for a good portion of this book, but now I am definitely more interested in what is going on, and there were some interesting things to come up in yesterday's chapters, so I'm looking forward to continuing with that momentum and finding out more about some of the little tidbits of information that were dropped in yesterday's section. So I'm going to dive into chapter 25 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 25, and immediately off the bat I had to chuckle because of the way she was looking up ways to tell people we're lying. That's definitely something new for me to be reading. Normally, I think most of the time actually, when I read a cozy mystery and an amateur sleuth gets interested about finding out information in regards to crimes that have occurred, they already know which way they're going to go. They know what approach they're going to take. You know, it's kind of all in their head, whereas she's all like, you know, picking up things from television, and she actually goes and looks it up on the internet, and so I thought that was very funny. Tom has always been kind of curious to me. Even when we met him for the first time, the way he's just acted when he arrived at Bryn's farm was, again, very strange, especially with the fact where she was saying that he is out of his car, but the pies are still in there. Normally, if you go over to somebody's place and you're bringing something, you get out with the item. So I can see how she thinks his behavior is curious. But anyway, I just had to get on and make mention of the fact that I found it amusing that Bryn actually went online to look up how to tell if people were lying. So I'm going to continue on to chapter 26, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 30. Interesting turn of events there with the Hoff Bakery. That was definitely weird, and it seems like the wife doesn't know what's going on. But yeah, I was actually pretty happy for Bryn that she was finally getting some traction with her cheeses in the community, but yeah, kind of weird meeting there. And why didn't he just call her that morning and say, hey, you know, I've taken a second look at the books and I don't think that we can work out an arrangement at this time, instead of having her come all the way down to the business. So yeah. And then Tom again, showing off his temper. Something I'm finding strange about this story is the fact that so many other people are doing research for Bryn. I would think that Bryn would be more hands-on in regards to, you know, like finding out the history of the church and things like that. But as we've seen in previous chapters, Wes did some of that research and brought the information to Bryn's attention, and then Willow or Schuler also did research and is bringing information to Bryn's attention. So I do find that unusual, and I also find the fact that Bryn is not wanting to be more hands-on about researching after getting these pieces of information from Wes and either Willow or Schuler. But finding out the history about the church seems to be coming up quite a bit, so it's starting to make me think that there's something there. But you never know. We're still pretty early in this book. I don't think we've even hit the halfway mark yet. As far as page count, I'm not sure. I can't tell based on the book that I am reading. But we're almost there. As far as chapters wise, we are definitely there. But yeah, I don't know. Things are kind of strange right now for me. Obviously, we're having more malicious mischief, I guess you'd call it, with the taxidermied bird on her door. I did find it interesting that she decided to call Mike after finding the bird. I am glad that she called the sheriff first, which was very smart. But then she called Mike, who is a fire inspector. And obviously there's no fire, so why did she call him? Are they setting us up for there to be a romance between Bryn and Mike? It wouldn't be unusual. I do still think she's hung up on Dan a little bit. We did get mention of him again. But yeah, definitely some curious things happening in these chapters. So that is pretty much all I have to say on this section. Let me know what your thoughts are on the things that happened in these chapters, and I will be back with you tomorrow. Take care and smile always. Bye.